Unnecessarily they make it very tough.
Yes.
So I have experienced it and I kind of got a phobia. It's like a trauma.
Suddenly their backlog in 11th is more visible to them now as compared to what it had been a month earlier.
So 1 hour is test time and half an hour is maybe the revision and the analysis time, especially coming from a club as 𝒂𝒂 15-20 days. This team has not slept.
Hi sir.
Hey.
Sir. Nice to meet you. 𝒂𝒂 sir here. So I saw your video giving a detailed explanation of the test series and I'm really excited, but at the same time I have a lot of questions also. I thought I'll come and discuss with you in person directly. So firstly, kudos to all the hard work sir, Vikas sir and team. Crazy good effort.
Of course, I think for the last 15-20 days, this team has not slept.
Yeah, amazing, because I think it's revolutionary because nobody in India is doing topic-wise tests. But my questions were, see, most of my students, I understand them very well because I interact with them very closely. What they say is they're not done with their portions and they are on the verge of giving up. You get it right? Most of them are scared. Off late with NEET exam also becoming difficult. People are scared that JEE also will be hard. They have this idea that they'll try in the April attempt because students normally want to procrastinate, right? So will this test ensure an improvement of, let's say, 30-40 marks if followed strictly? And secondly, should a student rather focus on completing the syllabus or learning it through the test series? Because right now, 11th portion though, most of them would have not done properly. It's a mostly backlog. 60% of the syllabus in 11th will be backlog. So would you recommend them to, instead of cramming books, let's say solving 𝒔𝒄𝒄𝒆𝒔𝒔, it's going to take a lot of their time. That is not going to be wise at the moment.
Yes.
So rather focusing on topic tests and depending solely on Vedantu, on our research, is it okay if they follow the test series completely?
You would like to take this?
Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, I'm assuming that you're talking about grade 12 students, right? We are talking grade 12 students. Now, their syllabus will be about to finish right now. And as you said, most of the students become clueless at this point in time because suddenly they see that the exam is on the verge, like it's imminent. Okay, 2-3 months are only left and they are occupied in a lot of things like practicals and board exams and all those things. So, yes, this is a time where the student begins to realize or begins to assess their current state of preparation, and most of the time it's a shock for the student that what you are saying is that suddenly their backlog in 11th is more visible to them now as compared to what it had been a month earlier, although the status is same. Okay, like they covered 11th 1 year ago, the status was same, but it feels more grave right now. The gravity seems to be more. So coming to your question, that at this point in time, like the focus should be on coverage of syllabus or the test series. So we have actually designed this test series keeping in mind such category of students only. Like if we check data, like every year around 1.5 lakh students, they qualify to write JEE Advanced, and the cutoff percentile is somewhere around 92 to 93 percentile, which basically tells me that around 10 lakh students are not scoring 93 percentile. So majority of the students, they are struggling to cross 92 percentile, which can be scored at a marks of about 120 also, like 120, 300. So if we can develop means that the student cross these many marks, okay, then we are certainly improving percentile of a lot of kids. And to do that, if I target 50% of the syllabus or maybe 60% of the syllabus, and I train the student very well on that 60%. Okay, so basically the paper is of 300 marks, but I am training the student for about 180 marks. Out of those 180, if the student secures, let's say 150 marks or somewhere in that range, then they're automatically qualifying for JEE Advanced. Okay, so at least I'm improving, and this is the bare minimum that I'm telling, this is the strategy for those kids who are feeling completely lost right now. Now, the kids who are not completely lost, who have done something from their end, okay, they will end up scoring more than this. So this is something that if every kid is doing, it is suitable for every kid, and whoever will do this thing, they will definitely see an increase of about 30 to 40 marks. Like this is the minimum that we are talking about. The kids which are where the scope of improvement is more, like who are scoring less than 90 or 80 marks right now, they can see an improvement of about 70 marks around. Like we are hopeful that the student will be able to cross around 150 by doing all these things. So
that is very reassuring, sir. That is exactly what I was looking for, because everybody is looking for confidence and motivation right now,
especially coming from a club as 𝒂𝒂
Students are very well aware, sir. Vikas sir is very popular. So coming from Vikas sir is very reassuring. So students can definitely get started is what I'm understanding from what you said.
Yes.
Don't rely on covering full 11 syllabus, rather through the test series itself.
Yes, it is not needed actually. That's what. See, the students are worried about their backlog. Okay, the good news is that they don't have to cover everything.
Because of the pattern.
Yes, you know, if there is a backlog, if there are chapters which the student haven't even seen yet, maybe the student doesn't need to go into that depth, especially if I'm focused on JEE Main. Okay, especially if I'm talking about, you know, improving my percentile in JEE Main, then this, this test series will definitely improve the percentile of the student with less amount of effort.
Got it.
So, yeah.
One more important doubt I had is, see, now we are planning to launch it in October, is what I understood from the video that you have shared.
Yeah.
So students are at the end of their schooling, right? They are all pressurized to study for pre-board exam, practicals, a lot of class work is there. At that time, how do they manage everyday tests? Have you designed it in such a way that their workload is manageable? Because everybody says that in Tamil Nadu the problem is CBSE schools. When I was studying, I used to come back home by 3 o'clock. Nowadays these guys are coming back at 6:30. So
tough,
how do they manage? Because all of us want students to utilize this, because this is such a golden resource.
Yeah, so I will take this question and I will continue where Vikas sir left, right? He said that the test is designed in such a way that it is not covering chapter, it is covering topics. And clearly we have designed in such a way that there are very important high weightage topics which are covered during the first phase of the preparation, which is the training phase of the student. So what we are expecting is, can these students take out 1.5 hours per day? Only that much. So 1 hour is test time and half an hour is maybe the revision and the analysis time, which is required to give and attempt the test, because test itself is a learning phase. Correct. So through the test, after giving the test, if they mug up the questions also, the pattern, the the formula behind it, the theory behind it, then definitely that is the way to improve. And clearly any student who is not scoring more than 150 marks, for them it's like a gold mine at this point of time. The second phase, where the school will also get finished by the time they enter into December, then actually the second phase starts, where the part test will actually come, which will be exactly replica of JEE Main, which we are expecting in 2026, not of 2025, because we are expecting little bit tougher in 2026. And the replica will be almost like what we are expecting there in 2026.
Got it, awesome. So that is again very encouraging, because 93 percentile seems very achievable, because
it is.
People are often disproportionately below it, I feel. 120, and that too, because like we have Tamil Nadu quota also in NITs. Most of our students, in my channel at least, are from TN. They have state quota, and for them to get into NIT Trichy is even easier.
Yes.
So
I will tell you, Shimon sir, what happens is that most of the students are all over the place. And one of the reason why they don't score 93 percentile, even it is predictable, it is repetitive, it is easy, but still they don't do, because they are all over the place. 90% of the students, they start thinking now. So obviously they think it is too late, and they start getting underconfident that I cannot do now because it's very less time. Then there is a second category of students who actually see that my friend is doing this, they pick up everything and they try to cover all the chapters.
Got it.
And the third kind of students, they only do chapters which are non-scoring. For example, it is mechanics, right? In physics. Now it looks very interesting that I will do mechanics, or I will revise 11th. As Vikas sir said, it is not required. And for all these three kinds of students, I think this test series is like gold mine for them, because it will attack their weak points where it is required, and they will only have to spend little time every day consistently for the next 2 months, and massive improvement will be there.
I think that's a very important point, that the student need to follow a plan. They need to follow, mentor, a guide, which in your case, like in your student's case, it may be you. Okay, so trouble starts when the student starts following too many things at once, because they are not following an ideology, they are not following a plan, and that is where I think their efforts go wasted. They are investing their efforts in multiple things. So
like going blind into a forest.
Yes.
Without any direction.
Of course.
So direction is important, and coming from experienced teachers is always the best. So one more thing I want to ask is, see, now we spoke about the students who are average now, who are feeling underconfident. But what does our test offer for those who are actually good? Like, do we cater to them also? And also, let's say I'm studying in a different institute. Let's say I'm in a already good institute, I'm killing it there. I'm getting about 200. Is there anything in it for me?
Yes.
Like,
so I'll tell you, sir. Firstly, these topic-wise training tests that we have generated. Okay, if suppose the student says that I'm good for them, like I am able to achieve, I'm able to solve most of these tests with minimal effort, then what we'll be doing, we'll be sharing the 𝒓𝒊𝒐𝒓 batch assignments that we make the 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch students solve in. Okay, we'll share those assignments.
So Vikas, just talk about 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch also, because a lot of students don't know about 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch.
Okay, so let me first then talk about 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch. So, Sir was part of 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch when we first.
In fact, he was the one who started 𝒓𝒊𝒑 in 2019.
So Sir started it, then I joined it. I was the a late entry into the batch. So since then, it has now become synonymous with JEE Advanced preparation. Like if anyone who's talking about JEE Advanced preparation, and rather not only preparation but excelling in advanced exam, then 𝒓𝒊𝒑 is the right course for them. It is designed specifically keeping advance in mind, and we have for the past 7 years we have seen a lot of improvement in the kids. Like they score something in JEE Main and they improve their ranks in JEE Advanced. So that is 𝒓𝒊𝒑 course. So highly competitive peer group is there. Very good bunch of students. So historically, like initially for the first 5 years, we were taking admissions in 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch only after an entrance test or on the basis of JEE Main percentile, where the students securing more than 96 percentile were allowed to join the batch. So that was a kind of batch. So now this bunch of student, okay, we give them assignments to solve. In the October, November, December period, we give them assignments to solve. So obviously the assignments are above a level of JEE Main, somewhere between JEE Main and JEE Advanced. So these assignments will be put into the content library so the student can access them. Now, it is important to understand here that we are not actively asking the student to do these assignments. Okay, we are not saying that the student who is joining this test series,
like a freebie.
It's like a freebie, it's like an optional thing. Someone who says that I am finding the topic wise test to be easy, for them we have another set of assignments, and I'm pretty sure that the student won't call them as easy. Okay, and if they do,
And when Sir is saying it will definitely not be easy.
and in case if they do, then they must enter into the 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch. Then the 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch would be the right place for them,
Because then
Students, I hope you are hearing.
where
all
they
of
will
this.
come
This
to
is-
know that what is the then actual limit. We take so that is the starting point in 𝒓𝒊𝒑, and then we take the level.
Very cool,
So higher. So
So there is something for everyone.
yes.
So that's what I'm understanding. So it gives confidence to those who are starting off to cover portion, and even for toppers, even if they find topic-wise tests slightly easy, they can attempt the 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch assignment.
Yes.
And in now December anyway, the part test will start. That will be of good level.
That is common for the test series student also. The same test will be conducted in 𝒓𝒊𝒑 batch also. So there you can say after December, we are not keeping in mind that we are doing something topic wise or like that. Like after December, everything is to prepare the kid, to make the kid exam ready for
So
JEE Main.
It gives an opportunity for a topper student in Tamil Nadu to compete with the best of 𝒓𝒊𝒑.
Yes, it does.
To know where they stand.
Yes.
In fact,
That's amazing.
I would definitely request you to talk to every student of Tamil Nadu, because ultimately in the last few years we have not seen top 10 ranks from Tamil Nadu, and this is one opportunity for them also to be a part of 𝒓𝒊𝒑 and then dream for top 10 or rank 1
I'm
from
sure
Tamil Nadu.
when they understand the competition is heavy, they also want to. The awareness is probably less, I feel.
But you are there to make them aware.
That's why I hope many students will get to know all of this.
Sometimes I think, and where you guys are doing a great role, because sometimes if students are not made aware, then also I think it is our part to make them aware about something which is good and which is very competitive. And I think 𝒓𝒊𝒑 is one such product, because clearly all students who are very good, they are part of this already. They are part of that. So
and the ranks speak for themselves. All India rank 11, 15, 21, 28, 41, 39.
yeah.
All those Rajdeep Dhingra, Chirag, those late night calls. 𝒓𝒊𝒑 is amazing. I really wish many from Tamil Nadu make it. into
Sir, you can take some classes in 𝒓𝒑 this
That
year.
one also.
Maybe we can schedule some classes from you also.
I'm happy in YouTube. Right. One more important question I had in mind as we are talking, right? See, when I was writing test series back in 2013, 10, 12 years back, see, people in these top institutes, no, unnecessarily they make it very tough.
Yes.
So I have experienced it, and I kind of got a phobia. You know, it's like a trauma. I'll never attempt AIT's advance. Okay, back in those days.
Yeah, my days also same
Exactly.
as
So
it was trauma.
I was very scared. So are we doing like that just to, because why institutes do, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They want to show their standard.
I know.
They want to show that we can do this much difficulty.
Yes. So, sir, first of all, we are not doing it in our JEE main test series.
Okay,
We are not
good
doing
to
it.
know.
In
In
𝒂𝒓𝒊
advance.
batch,
In
the
advance.
advanced test series, the 𝒂𝒓 ATS, 𝒂𝒓 advanced test series, there we do conduct 2 or 3 tests only, but we let the student know beforehand that these tests are going to be nightmarish and they should be ready
But
for
it is
that.
advanced test, not mains.
And-
Mains is exactly mains level.
Yeah, mains is like we try to keep it at the level of mains.
So
Or,
that is something that students want to know, because a lot of them come with the hope of improving.
yes.
And one such tough exam can shatter their hope.
Yes, it affects the student adversely, and when we do it, in 𝒂𝒓, we inform the student. We also recommend that if the student want to skip, they should skip, because it would be a wastage of time. I'm asking the student to spend 6 hours on questions that I know majority of the student cannot solve. It's more like a marketing activity that other institutes have resorted to, and the students' opinion about their institute have forced us to compete to show them that Vedantu has got metal, so we also can do it.
Exactly. So that is something that I want to ask. And so one more important thing, since we are keeping it at mains level, it is going to be a doable task for a student to track his growth, because we have kept it almost mains level. Let's say I write part test, and then in January I start writing full test. So let's say I can track my score. It won't be like one test I score 150, next test I score 80. Such erratic scoring is something which I see students getting in other test series. Because these Google test series, when you Google it for free, there are hundreds of test series out there. Because I respect only few. As a teacher, I know what is good and what is bad. But as a student, they may not realize, right? They will Google, ChatGPT is there, Gemini is there, then Google is there, and it's free. So what do you tell, or how do you explain to students? One way I can tell is, at least you should be able to track your steady growth. But what other features do we have?
But there are, the JEE mains has also changed, because it happens in shifts. And you might have heard that some shifts are tougher than the other shifts. So there is a range of marks where we have designed the test series. So typically, as we said, that 93 percentile can happen at 90 marks also and 120 marks also. Because if the shift is tough, it will go till, so 30 marks gap will be there within the same percentile. So what we have designed the test in, like to have that variation of 30 to 40 marks, it may happen. Some tests may be little tougher comparatively to mimic some shifts, and some will be much easier to mimic other shifts, right? So we have done that, and some surprise element around physics, because maths already is tough, but we expect that few tests will be little tougher this time, maths, especially in physics, because NEET was very tough this year, in fact 2025 May, and because of the toughness of the NEET exam, we expect the same body, because NTA is preparing NEET and JEE mains both. So JEE main physics might have a surprise element for a lot of students. So I think Vikas sir's team is working on that, and they have designed the full test in such a way.
So like we are creating tests which will see a bit of variation in terms of difficulty level, and the students' marks will fluctuate accordingly. If the student is getting confused that yesterday I got 180, today I got 150, am I growing or not?
Correct.
Then I think the right parameter would be to compare the marks against the topper's mark or against the top 5% of the class or the 10% of the class. So
that was my next question actually.
Yeah.
So in the video we were saying, when we talk about our test series, we have a very good detailed report analysis. So what do we give the students, like the topper score or the time taken for each question, all these data, right? Will it help him to improve? Because when I was a student, my teachers always used to tell that analysis is more important than giving the test.
yes, that is true right now also. What I think is that most of the students, they don't know how to use the analysis and how to make insights and then improve on their shortcomings. I think that is something that probably we need to train the student.
So there I will request Shimon sir to bring Vikas sir on the channel and have a detailed analysis session with him. Actually.
Yeah, because that's very much needed, sir. Most students think they give the test, they see the score, done.
Yes.
They just want to see the score and the rank.
So I will tell you the example, because we are in now, at least I am in that age, you guys are not. You are still coming to my age. But at my age, let's say I go for a blood test or some diagnosis and I see my report and I don't go and meet the doctor. It's a life and death situation for me, right?
Correct.
Only by looking at the report, how can I conclude whether I should take up the medicine or not? It's same way. If student is writing the test, it's almost like a diagnosis. And if they are not going and analyzing, whether sitting with a teacher or a mentor or looking at their detailed analysis, then it is half done and there will be no improvement at all.
Got it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is a very big concern from student sides also, right? They should try and understand and improvise on that.
Sir, what I have noticed from my interaction with the student, they don't even have the idea that how much amount of time should be spent in analysis. Sometimes when I ask the student that, okay, how much time did you spend? They say that my analysis was done in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So that tells me that they don't have any clue that what exactly analysis means. It's not just seeing, okay, my 4 questions went wrong, okay, these are the solutions of the 4 questions, and that is not what analysis means. It has to be related to finding out why those 4 questions went wrong and how can I ensure that it doesn't go wrong in the next test. So I think the students are missing that point.
Lastly, I wanted to ask, see, now JEE is online computer based and we are also giving computer based tests. So are we doing anything to develop the exam temperament of kids? Because right now, not everybody, there are good kids who are very serious, but there are students who don't give full time. If you see 180 minutes, they attend the test only for 100 minutes or 110. They finish it 1 hour before. And second thing is, are we training in the test series? Are we helping the students develop the habit of picking the questions? Because that's an important skill, right? See, the whole point is this has to be so good that the student enjoys the learning journey. So have we addressed this? Because for me it is important. Because when I was writing tests, right, one of the reasons why I scored very high in mains was I was very good at picking questions. I skim through the paper, I know what to choose and I attack those first. But will a beginner, because I see some students, they come and say, sir, I saw one tough question, I spent half an hour on it and I got it correct, sir.
Yeah.
I'll say nobody is going to give you an award for that. Yeah, you basically screwed your mains.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very important question. I think most of the students, they do this, including me when I was preparing, or you were very good at that, but I was very bad at that. I used to spend a lot of time. I used to fall in love with the questions, and clearly, when I, as a teacher, as a mentor, I always tell them not to fall in love with a question, and that's where I think the first training phase comes into picture. Because in the training phase, what we have designed it in such a way, which is going to be in October and November. So any student who goes through that grind of October and November test, they will exactly understand which topic to give weightage to, which topic to stop if the question is from that topic, pick it up because they have already practiced those questions and they have mastered that. So we have picked up high weightages topic, which is like very repetitive in nature, and that will help them pick up the questions in part test and full test. And my request, I don't know whether you guys are doing it or not, but my request now is additional request, because I'm just doing a podcast and now suddenly I remember that even in our part test and full test, when we announce the result or when the answer solution comes, we need to star mark those questions which are high weightage topic, that this was a mandatory question to be picked and solved, and you should check whether you have picked this or solved it or not. If that happens, after every test, student will start looking at that, analyzing those questions and putting that time. So just star marking it will solve. So just
we'll do it.
Something. Thank you.
We'll do it. And just to add to, basically the training phase is what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a muscle memory for the kid, that when the student sees a particular kind of question, his brain muscle should automatically kick in that I have to attempt this question, and the student also knows how to do it. So the assignments are the tests, the training tests, they are the high weightage tests. They are made with that perspective. So if you pick up any test, you will find that out of 25 questions, we are devoting the entire 25 question to about 2 to 3 formula. The same formula applies to the first 8 questions. like that. So repetition is there, but again, that is what is needed for the kids, especially the ones who are struggling to cross over 90 percentile also. So your question was that how do the student identify the right question? If the student solves all the tests, the topic wise test, that will come naturally to the kid, that when he is skimming through the paper, his brain will automatically stop, like we'll train the brain like that.
So student has to basically dedicatedly solve and be a part of this first rigorous training program.
Yes.
Where topic wise high weightage topics are discussed.
Yes.
Which is a very cool feature. So that will naturally lead him to pick the right questions in the exam.
So training phase, part test, full test. These are the three phases. Student has to go through all this to actually score much higher than what they are, where they are.
And if a student does well, let's say improves drastically, is there a chance to enter into 𝒂𝒑𝒊 batch?
Yes.
There's a lot of my students.
Sir, any student who scores more than 98 percentile gets 𝒂𝒑𝒊 batch for free.
Awesome.
Between 96 and 98, 90% scholarship will be given. Between 92 to 96, 80% scholarship will be given. So, and even if the student wants to join right now, they can join. And if their percentile falls in this range, then we will refund the amount.
Okay.
So anyone who thinks that they can get into this range, they don't have to wait for the result to come. They can join now. We will refund the amount.
The way I see it, right, this is such a golden chance that it is going to catapult the motivation of students. Let's say who's getting 80, 90 will probably reach 140, 150, and he who was thinking to even not write mains, settle for CBSE, will now start dreaming about IITs.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's the way I see it.
That's the aim. And Shimon sir, trust me when I say, and I don't say for all programs, because you might say, sir, you are the founder, you can say about your program, but I'm very finicky about the programs, and clearly I can vouch that 𝒂𝒑𝒊 and the 𝒂𝒑𝒊s, wherever they put their hand on, for example, this particular content and the test series, I think that becomes the best program in the country. That I can bet and vouch for. You have been part of 𝒂𝒑𝒊. You started 𝒂𝒑𝒊, 2019, and sir has continued. And any 𝒂𝒑𝒊 team, if they put up their hand and say that this content is the best, it has to be the best across the country.
Midas touch.
Yeah, Midas.
Happy to know all that, sir. Now I'm happy that the students will have good confidence.
And if I'm finicky, you are 10 times more finicky
yeah,
than
exactly.
me, so I know.
So that's why I'm asking all these questions, so that the students get to know exactly what is being offered. Because in my experience, I've never seen such a test series. So I hope it goes to the right people.
Yes.
And thank you so much for spending time with our students. And students also can let your doubts, queries, put it down in the comments, and we'll try to get back to you. I hope this was useful. All the very best.